Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to attempt to try to build a stay alive lighting system for this caboose. I built this a couple weeks ago, just had some LED lights in it and it's flickering. So I'm going to try to eliminate that with a capacitor and a few other pieces I picked up, and hopefully it'll take care of that problem. So we'll see. All right, here's the inside of that caboose, how I had it wired originally. It's just a big old mess of LEDs in there. I figured it'd flicker when I went down the tracks, and it did. And I was really wanting to find a stay alive system or something with a capacitor that would work. And I don't really mess with that kind of stuff very much. So I'm kind of stupid when it comes to it. So I watched some videos and stuff and seen something on YouTube that I think might work. And a little setup like this. Pretty simple to do. It doesn't cost very much. I bought enough to do like 10 cabooses or passenger cars or whatever. But I think this would be a good idea for like cabooses, or you can probably even use it in some of your locomotives and passenger cars for sure. So I haven't messed around with electronics and I don't understand all this stuff that much. But I'm trying to learn. So hopefully this will work good. So I'm going to cut this stuff out and then wire it up for this thing here. And I'll have to hook up these little LEDs back to it and run a couple new LEDs. So, all right, here it is installed. I got that old mess cut out and installed this. So I'm just testing it to see how the lights are. So, looks like forward and reverse they'll work. Maybe. So, let's see here. Let's pull it off the tracks and see how long the light stays lit. It's got a super capacitor in it. Wow. Staying lit for a good while. And I got two LEDs running off that. And them are 5mm, a little bigger than the other ones I usually use. So, dang. Probably about 30 seconds or so. Maybe a little bit longer. So, and then when you put it back on the track, back to full power. So, turn the power off. Let's see. It's about 10 seconds. Let's see. Almost 20 seconds. Still on a little bit. Now they're starting to go dim. So you can get almost between 20 and 30 seconds there. So that's not bad. Now I gotta wire up the other LED. Alright everybody, I'll show you how I built one of those boards. Pretty simple to do, just gotta get a few things. One of these little buckboard or step down board. I found these on eBay. And that's what they are right there. So I got 10 of them for $7.19. This mini 360s. Step downs. So got a pack of those. And then the super capacitors, which are from, is that Mauser Electronics? That's the part numbers and stuff on there. So they were just a few bucks. I think was like, I can't remember how much they were. I think I paid like 20 bucks for everything from Mauser. So I got those and the super capacitors. And this is them. Came from there too. So shipping everything, it was like maybe 20 bucks. But I got 10 pieces of each. So I could do 10 cars. So the bridge rectifiers, got the bridge rectifiers and the super capacitors from Mauser, and then the buckboards off eBay. So what you want to do is get your bridge rectifier, and it's got, let's see here, these things are so small I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but let's see, plus and negative, and the side that has the plus and the negative goes to the board. And then with this board, you can see it's got an arrow on the back on which way the current flows through it. So it'll go in this side and go out to your LEDs and capacitor the other side. So what I do is bend those little legs on there so they'll fit in those two little holes there, and just solder it together. And that's all you can do. And if they just make them smaller, it'd be great. But not much to it. So once you get that soldered together, the two legs out here, there's no markings on these ones. They go to your track power, which will be your wires here that come in from the trucks. So just gotta find out which ones are plus and negatives. It really doesn't matter, I guess. Depends on which direction you're running it. But once you get this done, it's got a little adjustment screw on it right there. So you turn it to the right all the way, that turns it to 0. And then to turn it up, it goes up to, I think, 20 volts. So you want to keep it at 3 or just a little below, or you'll blow the capacitor or the LED lights, because they only take 3 volts. And then after that, they'll blow. So what I do is hook my leads from one of my train transformers over there, and then turn that up just a hair and check it with my little meter here. I got the little ends on it until I get to 3 volts, or just I think I got this one set at like 2.96. And you just turn a little bit to get it right where you need it. And then once you get that set at 3 volts or just a little less, and then you take your capacitor that you get. Let me take this off because it's going to fall off anyway. And to the back side, where the arrow is pointing, which is this end, it's got plus and negative there too. So you got your super capacitor, and you got that, let me find it here, that stripe right there, that's your negative side on the capacitor, because the other one, it's just plain, there's no stripe. So that's your negative, where that stripe is. So you find the negative side on your board, which is the bottom one right there, and I'll flip it back over. And then what I do is just stick these 2 leads right through those holes, bend them to where they fit through those holes, and just solder it in place from the bottom. So, and then once you do that, it should be okay. Then I'll take my LEDs, once I got that soldered on, and that bridge rectifier on the front. We'll go over here to this here, and you can see there's my one wire that feeds in, and then the rear one that feeds in, and I've got them soldered to that bridge rectifier going in, then the rectifier to the board. Got it adjusted to 3 volts or just a tad below. Then you got your super capacitor soldered in, and I just soldered the LEDs to the capacitor, and you can run as many as you want. So, and then I got the LEDs to that rear of the train light soldered to that LED. So I found out that the LEDs have a long side and a short side. And let's see if I'm correct here. I think the short side of the LEDs will go to the negative side of the capacitor. And then the long side, or the long leg of the LEDs will go to the other side of the capacitor. Yep. So you get the short leg of the LEDs to the negative side of the capacitor, and the long legs to the other side of the capacitor. And that'll keep, it'll take just a second or so to charge that capacitor. But when you hit a piece of dead track or dirty track, or they just don't contact very good here and there once in a while, it'll keep the lights on and keep them from flickering. So I'll put this back together and we'll run around the track and take a look at it. All right, we got this thing all back together again. So I'll take it over to the layout and run it around a few times and let you see the lighting system, how good it works. A lot better than the other system. I got this idea from another YouTube channel. I believe it's called Model Railroading. The DCC guy, Larry Puckett. He's got a lot of cool things on his YouTube channel that I've seen. A lot of different things, and he does a lot of DCC stuff, which I don't have right at the moment. May get into that stuff later on down the road. But I seen this on his channel. Thought I would try to build it and see how good it worked, and it worked awesome. So it's a really good circuit board for that, and pretty inexpensive and pretty easy to put together. So I'm going to take this over to the layout and I'll run around a few times and take a look at it. There it goes. No more flickering. No flickering through the switches either. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video on how I built this Stay Alive lighting system for this caboose. Originally, I just had LEDs in it wired up, and it was flickering going through the switches and some other spots on the track, and I didn't really like that, so I tried to see if I could find another way to, or a way to stop that, and I seen that on Larry Puckett's YouTube channel. Thought I could build that, so I ordered the stuff and I built it, and it works great. And it really didn't cost that much, just a few bucks. I think I got enough to do like 10 cars, 10 cabooses or passenger cars or something. It cost me like probably maybe 25, 30 bucks at the most for everything with shipping and everything. So it wasn't bad. And it was pretty simple to put together and solve that issue. And I'm going to start using that in more things too. So I'll try to put a list of what I used and maybe some of the part numbers and stuff and where I got some of this stuff in the description if I can. So, but I hope everybody enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.